There's just such a huge marketing opportunity when you have something like this. The things that they were saying about why the G League is important to the franchise, not only in the obvious in terms of player development, but also, Josh pointed out that this is going to be, and so did Sharif Abdur-Rahim, that this is going to be a place where, fans, kids can actually get closer to the players.
Yeah. Valley Suns is the name of the new G League team. So surprise, surprise, they did not go with anything new or unique for the name. Let's start there. And that's exactly the reaction I expected. Flex, what were your thoughts?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I think it's a little simplistic, but I'm cool. Valley Suns. Looks dope. Look at that.
Yeah,
The name.
I asked Josh Bartelstein in the huddle after the presser about it, and he actually said Valley Suns was probably the leader in the clubhouse in terms of the voting. So
really,
we got some people that aren't overly creative in the Valley.
Listen. I respect. I respect Josh Bartelstein. I don't know if I really believe that though. Come on.
Well, okay, I'm going to guess.
It didn't even cross my mind to rename the team the Suns.
If you look across the G League, there are a lot of the Clippers, the Celtics. There's a lot that are just the name of the team, and it doesn't surprise me. My guess, and Gerald, I love your thoughts on this, but my guess is some of the names were copyright issues. Like I had thrown out Shazam. DC was never going to allow something like that. My guess is there were a lot of those kind of issues that came up with names, and they wound up in this ballpark.
It's possible for sure. I mean, I think in the press release it said there were about 1,200 fan submissions for this contest that they did, and they said that dozens submitted Valley Suns, and that was kind of the leader of the pack. Just numbers wise, that's hard to believe. How many dozen are we talking about? But
apparently nobody else had a consensus whatsoever.
I mean, I guess that could be true, because if you think about it, every fan is going to submit some different artwork or something to, I don't know. But you're right. Like, I feel like there might have been some barriers in terms of what you can name it. I like the logo. The logo is cool. I'm not crazy about the Suns part of it. I do like that they incorporated Valley into it. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for something a little more creative or off center with the team name, but it's not terrible either. Like it's fine.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I just think that you have such an opportunity when you have these types of things that happen. We've seen like this you have this fascination with minor league baseball teams and the creativity behind those names and the logos and the mascots. Like it's a great opportunity to do something like that and have something like that's creative, a little bit outside the norm, something that really appeals to the masses, something that grabs your attention. Like, book Sunwalker even in the chat is saying Valley of the Phoenix or something like that. Like even Phoenix as the bird
would have
been kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like Phoenix, there's just a lot of things that they could have done, but they kept it basic. They kept it within their same color scheme. They kept it pretty vanilla. Because they said that the branding of Suns is what carries forward. But if that was true, then they would have named the WNBA team the Suns too. Like I don't know. I'm a little all over the place with that.
It is what it is. I get it from the power of a brand, Suns, but there's also the confusion of a brand. But the Valley part of it, I love. Right? If you would name this Tempe Suns, I think we're all out completely, right? But and that's not a slight on Tempe. I just think it just feels like a complete just afterthought. But Valley Suns, I like, and I'm just going to refer to the team as the Valley, I think, in a lot of ways on this, because I just love that moniker more than the Suns moniker. Do we have the logo now as well? I want to take a look at this. For me, I actually really love the logo here, in part because it harkens back to the old Suns burst of the 70s and 80s, and it had a similar Suns font where Suns was the same upside down or right side up. So I like the little touches of that. The burst in the middle is a nice touch. I think there's some good branding here. And the name, I think, eventually will grow.
I'm warming up to it. I think you're right. The Valley Suns does give it a little bit more pop. Like you said, if it would have been a 10-piece Suns or whatever. But yeah, I mean, the Valley thing is it's pretty cool. So I do like the Valley portion of
To
it.
your point, Saul, though, with the minor league stuff, what I do like is the G League lets you do some variations from time to time for theme nights.
Okay.
Like, as bad as this was, the NAZ Suns, the old iteration of the G League, did a rodeo. They were the NAZ rodeo clowns,
Right.
which is
remember that.
terrible, but their uniforms looked like rodeo clowns. And any player that agreed to this is still, it boggles my mind that they said they'd wear these things, but that was kind of fun. I think there'll be some opportunities for things like that. By the way, if you have one of those NAZ rodeo clown uniforms, let me know. I'll buy it off you. But yeah, I think there'd be some opportunity for those kind of things.
I hope so. Again, like there's just such a huge marketing opportunity when you have something like this. The things that they were saying about why the G League is important to the franchise, not only in the obvious in terms of player development, but also, Josh pointed out that this is going to be, and so did Sharif Abdur-Rahim, that this is going to be a place where, fans, kids can actually get closer to the players and interact with them a lot more than they normally could at an NBA game, which I think is a tremendous opportunity to really share your brand and do something that's a little bit more unique. Now, they did say they were going to do that in various other aspects, which I know we'll get to in a second, but I just felt like, man, it would have been so cool. Like, listen, there's just some cool shit that kids are into that if you came up with a really cool design and color scheme, whatever, I know it's not going to fit your brand, to a T, but there's some creativity that could have been had there. And I just, I feel like they kind of missed the boat.
Valley Boys, I thought would have been dope.
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre owns that. Owns that trademark. So.
Really?
Actually, I'm pretty sure he does.
I saw someone else say like the Valley Rising. Doesn't that?
Yeah, you can't do that with the soccer team,
right?
See, that's the thing. There's so many legal hoops you have to jump through to get a name
But if you
approved.
kept it solar, maybe it was the moons, or it was, we have the Mercury.
Don't
we
take my solar flares.
The solar flares.
We offered it, and we offered you. They said,
Get that check, yo.
So again, there's just some opportunities there that I felt like, listen, it's not a horrible name. It's not a terrible thing. But, I do look at the logo and I do think immediately, fire department or emergency services. That was something that was.
Let's pull up the logo again, because this is from the press release. So I just wanted to
slap it right in the center of us there.
Yeah, right. This is the Espo and Gerald show.
Yeah, I just wanted to read this because this is from the press release. They kind of explain what they were thinking. So they said it features flickering V and S flames, Valley Suns coming together to create a spherical sun-shaped icon. The triangles in the logo portray the rising peaks that surround the Valley of the Sun and symbolize elevation and ascending to reach the top. Obviously, the team's orange and purple colors, inspired by the Suns and Mercury, kind of aligning the Valley basketball franchises. So I kind of agree. It does look a little bit like a fire department logo, but I like the basketball in the middle of it. And like you said, I like the kind of reference to the original Sunburst back in the day, too.
We should use that meme, call the fire department, but not for me.
There you go.
All those G League games.
I'm warming up to the logo. When I first saw it initially, I thought it was a little plain. I'm like, but once you explain some of the stuff, I can see myself rocking some dope Valley Sun shorts. No,
why do I not believe you?
No, I'm serious, dog.
Dude's got every variation of shorts.
Bro,
sometimes with Flex Talks, man, I'm like,
what?
Like, am I believing? Can I believe you right now? I feel like when we shut off the camera, you might be like, bro, no, there ain't no way.
No, when Espo first showed me it, I was like, ugh. But now that I'm warming up to it.
I don't know. You have no other choice.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me make it clear.
Back to the wall.
Flex.
I do like on some white shorts. Like, you see them? Yeah, if you put that on some white shorts with that little sunburst on the thing, I can rock that.
Let's say it. If it's free, Flex will wear it.
Oh yeah,
so I get the merch you want.
Yeah,
Flex will.
I don't argue with free. Like free. These are free.
Look, I think this is a interesting take on this, and I think it may grow on us in terms of the logo and everything. And I'm hoping to talk to some people over at the team to understand more of the design, do a whole thing on how they came up with it. But there's a lot more to this than just a name.